Say hey. I'm Brittany Charlton, and that was my husband and my cousin Caitlin that are going to be the two for my audience today for my speech. All right, today for my narrative speech, I chose to talk about how I met my husband, how we got where we are now. We met whenever I was 13 at a church in Little Rock. He played the bass guitar. I still remember my first service there where I walked in and I seen him and never really crossed my mind then that we would be where we are now. We started out just as friends. He was actually dating a girl that I got really close to, and I was dating a boy that was his best friend. Um, all in all, those relationships ended up ending, and we became best friends. We talked every day. He told me different things. He listened to me and gave me advice that other people did not. We've come a very long way since then. In 2006 is when we started dating. It was a month before I turned 15. And then things just kind of progressed and went from there. I mean, we were typical, teenagers that do the back and forth thing, and it's just it just doesn't really work out the way you expect it to. You try to act grown, you try to do everything that you think would, or how a relationship is supposed to work. Um, but we were together for about 3 years before we ran away and we got married a day after my 18th birthday in Alabama. But he has been my best friend through all of it. He's been there with me through thick and thin since then, and we've grown tremendously. We have 4 little boys. We had our first little boy in 2010, which was almost a year after we ran away and got married in 2009. Um, he was, I don't know, he changed everything. I think we both grew up a lot after that. We ran away and got married thinking that we were grown, we knew everything, we knew what we were doing and what we were getting ourselves into. Um, but you learn a lot, especially getting married at such a young age, and you figure out different ways that things work and how it's going to be, and that you've got to not necessarily change, but you've got to adjust to each other and how the other one does things. You learn a lot when you live with someone, and you have to both do everything that makes a house function. So when you do that, you've got to kind of give and take a little bit with any of it. So we've both learned a lot over, we've been together all in all for 11 years. We've been married for 8 years. Wouldn't trade it for anything. We've come a long way, and he is definitely the rock. He is the supporter of our family. He makes everything go, even whenever I think nothing's going to work out. And I just, I would have never thought, looking back 11 years ago, that I'd be where I am now and that I would still be married to my husband. That sounds awful because when I ran away and married him, I could not have seen my life with anybody else. Um, And still to this day, I could not see my life with anybody else, and I wouldn't want to. I believe that we are both living out our lives that the way that the Lord had planned for us, and He is everything to me. I need my visual